Stock here. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great day in Carbondale and a great day for Saluki Athletics. Let me welcome all of you to SIU Carbondale and tell you how great it is to see such a wonderful turnout today. Before I introduce somebody many of you in the room know, let me make a few comments, as I might, on the search process for our new athletic director here at SIUC. As you know, when we do all of these types of searches, we have a fairly comprehensive search committee and a process that committee follows. For this position, that committee worked under the leadership of our financial aid director, Terry Harfs. I was kind of looking in the room. There's Terry hiding in the back. Would you give Terry, and also if we have any other committee members, you stand or wave. Could we give all of them a round of applause, please, for their work? It took a lot of time, and we put them on a fast track, and we do appreciate the efforts through a very busy time of year. As you all know, I'm guessing the search committee identified 4 outstanding finalists for this position, and the selection of one certainly does not indicate any weakness in quality of the other candidates. In fact, I might say that, we had heard some initial concerns about what kind of pool that we would get that time of year and not having a chancellor as we started out on the search. And I think given the work of the committee, the assistance we had from interim AD Dr. Harold Bardo, our special assistant to Saluki Athletics, Doug Woolard, we've been able to undertake a process that brought us a very strong pool commensurate with the level of position this is. And I want to, again, just extend my gratitude to everyone involved in that. And speaking of Harold, again, I was trying to scan for him as well. Of course he's in meetings. I'm going to tell him that we gave him a rousing round of applause for his service to Saluki Athletics in that interim role. Chet, you'll get that communicated back to him. All right. I do want to thank all of the candidates for their interest. Thank the athletic staff, the broader university community for their input throughout the process. In my acting role as chancellor, it has been a pleasure to be involved with this very great group of people undertaking an important mission for the university. Let me tell you a little bit about Tommy Bell, who you see up front here, who soon will be returning to SIU Carbondale as our Director of Athletics. Tommy brings 3 very powerful, very important attributes or characteristics to this position. And these were characteristics that I think many of us agreed on were essential in the next athletic director. First of all, athletics, leadership, and fundraising experience. Second, a commitment that was deep and ongoing to Saluki Athletics. Finally, an understanding of the value of a strong Division I program to a national, mid-major, research, prominent university. I'll tell you as well that my first question to every one of the candidates coming in had to do with how they thought about the welfare of our student athletes, how we support them in working toward their goals of championship ring as well as a degree. And I'll tell you that Tommy hit that answer on the head as well when he provided it. Tommy led athletics programs, of course, at Western Illinois University, a colleague institution of ours in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, and also served at Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. At Western, he was involved in the development of a master athletics facility plan, undertook a major stadium renovation project, and started their corporate sponsorship program for the Leathernecks. In Indiana, he launched a branding campaign, expanded donor relations, and served as an athletics consultant for a $42 million project to the Gates Athletic Center. Many of you, of course, know Tommy from his time as Associate Director of Institutional Advancement for Saluki Athletics, that being from 2001 to 2007, when he established the Saluki Athletic Scholarship Fund and oversaw the athletic program's first comprehensive fundraising campaign. But as he noted when he interviewed here, in fact, this was one of the first comments or themes as he came and talked to us back on the campus, is that he comes back now with a full set of athletic administration skills, having sat in the chair. And that's tremendously important when you're leading a national Division I program. Prior to coming to SIU, Tommy served in multiple roles as well for the Department of Athletics at Northern Illinois University, was an athletic trainer and physical education teacher. He holds a master's degree from Radford University, a bachelor's degree from Virginia Tech, and an Associate of Arts degree from Ferrum College. I strongly believe that Tommy does bring to Saluki athletics the experience, the ability, the drive, I'm even going to say the love for Saluki athletics that will allow us to tackle our challenges, embrace the opportunities ahead of us, and move Saluki athletics forward. You know, as all of our candidates were in, we often talked about bringing back the glory days of SIU athletics, and that's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing to have talked about and to see that excitement and passion. You know, what gets a program there is a culture of excellence. And I also know that Tommy knows what that means, what it looks like, how you nurture it going forward. We're going to get this done now. Ray, let's do this, because when they're done pummeling Tommy with questions, everybody's going to the 4 wins. So let me introduce to you the 13th Director of Intercollegiate Athletics at SIU Carbondale, Tommy Bell. Here we go, Tommy. Congratulations. We got to do this, right? All right. All right. I'll hold this, Tommy. You got things to say and questions to answer.
Thank you. Well, it goes to say, when I see so many familiar faces in the room, it kind of blew me away. I was fine when I was back there, and then I walked in here and it was like, wow, a lot of friends that are here today. So it's a great day for our family, and if I talk about them a lot, we might not get through this. So is that a good deal? So I've just got a few remarks, and then I know we'll get on to some questions, and Ray will help direct everything that we get done today. So I'm very grateful and humbled to be your athletic director. Thank you, President Dunn, the Board of Trustees, the search committee, and most importantly, the most important person in my life is my wife, Lori. She's here at this campus. She's been the wind under my sails, and I stand before you today because she has been a tremendous influence in my life, and I get to celebrate 32 years married to this wonderful woman at the end of this month. So thank you, Lori. I appreciate what you do. And I want to thank you for entrusting me, President Dunn, for this important responsibility. I will not let you down. I also need to thank Dr. Jack Thomas and Dr. Gary Biller at Western Illinois University that gave me an opportunity to get in a larger comprehensive institution. I want to just thank my friends at Western and having that opportunity. When I met with President Dunn several weeks ago, I presented him with a 1-page, 10-point plan, and we're going to post on athletics later today. The theme of the plan was Restore the Glory to Saluki Athletics. We're blessed to have a rich tradition at SIU. Think of some of the athletes that have come through our university. Walt Frazier, Steve Finley, Connie Price Smith, all in the Missouri Valley Conference Hall of Fame. So many incredible coaches have made their mark at SIU. People like Itchy Jones, Lou Hartzog, Charlotte West, Rich Herron, Cindy Scott, Jerry Kill, and Bruce Weber. Those are just some of the names that have helped build the foundations of this department. We will celebrate our past, but we will not live in our past. It is now the time for the current generation and future generations of players and coaches to achieve greatness. Ultimately, it's my job as athletic director to create an environment in which things can be accomplished by great people. Let me speak for one moment to our fans and our supporters. I'm going to make sure our staff and student athletes know how important you are in our success. We will not take you for granted. No one. We're all about family. Your voice matters to us. You're our customers. We'll be transparent with you, and we want you to let us know how we're doing. When it comes to raising money, we want to earn not just your financial support, but most importantly, your trust. I want to hear your concerns. What are we doing well? What can we improve? And how better can we serve you? To our coaches and staff, we're blessed to have the tools we need for success. We have a great history. We have great facilities. We have great fans. With that comes great responsibility, and I will challenge you to reach your full potential. To our student athletes, our department will be firmly committed to helping you become the best you can be, not just in competition, but in the classroom and in the community. We'll push you to go the extra mile and achieve your goals, and we'll celebrate every one of your achievements. We will also set high expectations for you as a member of our family, as citizens of our community and representatives of Saluki Athletics. It would be easy for us to read the headlines for budget cuts and other issues and lose confidence in our future. But I've always been an optimist, a half glass full kind of guy. As I used to say around here sometimes, no means maybe. I know that, yeah, you can hear some there's some supporters in here heard that term before. I know that we face some significant challenges, but so did Bruce Weber when he walked in the door in 1998, as well as Jerry Kill when he got here in 2001. Just ask them, they'll tell you. They showed us how to get it done, not with shortcuts and not with luck, but by rolling up their sleeves and getting after it. And that's what the people of Southern Illinois do. That's what our university is doing under the leadership of President Dunn. And that's what we will do in Saluki Athletics. I'm not a native of this area, but Southern Illinois holds a special place in my heart. I worked here during the magical era of the department's history. I developed lifelong friendships in this community, as evidenced today. I raised a family here. This is home. The people of Southern Illinois and the experiences that we've shared have helped shape who I am. I feel a tremendous sense of pride to be your next athletic director and a responsibility to lead this department forward. As I look around this room, I see how much people care about SIU and Saluki Athletics. I know that working together, we can restore the glory. That's our mission, and I pledge to work each and every day with each and every one of you to make this a reality. And we'll now open it up for questions.
Questions from the press for either Dr. Dunn or Dr.
Tell me, with all the issues on field and the unknown quantities of budgeting, what's priority number one?
Priority number one will be in the first 90 days is to meet with everybody in our department and do an assessment as quick as we can and really try to gauge and take the temperature. There's already some decisions that have already been made here that the university needs to make from a budget standpoint. University's already got a really good plan in place, and I'm going to be ramped up to speed on that in the next 2 weeks. But
How much help was it being at Western and another university, public university in Illinois, and being preparing there for the
really great, because everybody, and on our campus, we were going through different scenarios. And so, I was meeting with my budget officer every week, and we were taking, okay, here's a 5%, here's a 10, what's a 15 look like, what are some other things we can do? So really going through that process, it made a difference.
With these proposed budget cuts, do you believe that SIU is going to really be able to compete in the national stage? As far as, the proposed budget cut shows $600,000 being cut from athletics. I think 5% is pretty considerable.
money can be a hindrance sometimes, but it's all about what our coaches do and what our student athletes do would put us in the national spotlight.
Do you think you'll be able to recruit those students if you don't have the funds to do it?
That'll be up to our coaches. We'll work with them. We'll be very efficient. We'll do cost analysis efficiencies, and we'll be very good at it.
Yeah, one thing I would share too is the fact that this is what's proposed. So as we look at a whole host of cuts that we're working on at the campus as possibilities, the idea is to do everything we can in terms of changing the proposal on the state budget to be able to pull back on some of that and mitigate cuts in all of these areas that are important to this entire campus, Saluki athletics and well beyond that. So everyone right now is dealing with a proposal that we're trying to figure out a way to address so that it doesn't become as serious as what it looks as we sit here today.
How important was your first go around at SIU here in terms of getting this job? Just the experience here at SIU.
Oh, I think it formulated everything. I mean, it's the friendships, the family, everything. The relationships really drove it, but the experiences here, as I told people during the search committee, some of my interviews, that I had the greatest growth in my professional career while I was here at SIU, because I got opportunities to get involved in different projects, even though the most important part was doing the development work that we had to do. But I was able to expand and grow, and that gave me the opportunity to get an athletic director's position. So I think it was very, very important.
The Tommy Bell of the 2015 version is different from the 2007 version.
Yeah, he's a lot different. I think hair's different, receding hairline, expanding waistline, all professionally sitting in the chair, you've got to make decisions, and ultimately the buck stops at your chair. And you've got to be a team player within the university, but you've got to make decisions. And I've had that opportunity at 2 institutions to make those decisions. And we know we've got to do that, and what's best for our institution and what's best for our athletic program. Yes, sir.
You said in your forum that you were able to stand on the shoulders of giants, if you will, that you learned a lot from first-year athletic directors. What's the main thing you've learned to be an athletic director at this level of like you said, the MVC was one of the top conferences you want to work for?
Oh, I believe I've worked for a lot of really good administrators, and whether they're an athletic director or they're an associate athletic director, I'm just one of those folks that I feel like I can learn from everyone, whoever it can be, and just try to be a sponge and learn and grow and gain those experiences and just hold on to them and say, okay. Because making decisions at other institutions, I was able to use those experiences at other places, and it helped and it worked. And then sometimes it didn't work. So.
When will you start full-time doing the job that you will be doing for the next few years? When do you come in? Will you be coming in a week to start, or do you have things to finish up?
We're currently working on we're finalizing the contract and putting those details together. They're not finalized as of yet, but they'll be ready before the next board meeting, which is in a very short period of time. And at that time, they're going to announce a start date that will be here.
From the outside looking in, what's the major issue facing this athletic department?
Multiples. Our thing is success on the fields and on the courts and in the pools, because that changes. But there's a lot of customer service things that we look at. I believe in that, because that works at every institution. So I've got, I can't say here's one or two things, but we all know what the answer to a number of those questions are. But I've got to identify that really quickly through, an evaluation and really get my fingers on the pulse and understand it. Yes, sir.
How do you go to your donors and to make up some budget cuts that you're expecting with the success that lacked out here in the past few years?
Well, I believe there's a lot of great relationships. There's a great development team here. They've done some really fine work, and they have great relationships. And if we get into that situation, we'll have to identify it first, and then we go through relationships and making sure that we're in a process with people, and will it be appropriate, and is it a good plan? You know, but we'll do it kind of with a team approach, because I got to understand the history first.
One more?
When you're in the evaluation mode on staff here, what part does athletic success, that is W's, and keeping kids eligible, doing very well in academics and stuff like that, how do you balance those two?
What I've done previously at the two institutions, and I've been able to establish it at both institutions, is I've developed a 17-point evaluation plan that's kind of broad-based and really fit for athletics and for coaches. And that's on the coaches' side. On the administrative side, have something that's a little different, more of a 10 or 11-point. But been really able to hone that down over the years, and it's been very, very helpful. So it's a little bit more broad-based, so that you can really take the temperature of that.
There's not one of those points that's more important than the other.
Correct. You've got to look at the whole situation. There's a lot of variables. All right.
All right. Again, thank you, everybody. We've got some items here. I want to have a little reception afterward, an opportunity to say hello to Tommy, meet or reacquaint yourself with not just him, but his family as well. We appreciate everyone coming out today. It's great to see this crowd. Go Dogs. Thanks, everybody. Congratulations, Tommy. Thank you. All right. Good job.